Good afternoon, guys. I'm going to do my next reading from the Truth Scriptures Ta'anek. And this time we're up to Barashiyt, sign named Genesis chapter 30. So I try not to mess you around too much. And when Rahel saw that she was not bearing any children to Yaakov, Rahel envied her sister and said to Yaakov, "Give me children or else I want to die." Yaakov was angry with Rahel, and he said, "Am I a lure? He is the one who has withheld the fruit of the womb from you." She said, "Look, here is my maid Balaha. Go in and sleep with her so that she may birth children, so that I may obtain children through her." So Rahel gave Balaha her female servant to be another wife to him, and Yaakov went in and slept with her. Balaha conceived and birthed a son to Yaakov. Rahel said, "Elua has heard my voice and given me justice, because he has given me a son." Therefore she called his name Dan. Balaha, Rahel's female servant, conceived again and birthed Yaakov a second son. And Rahel said, "With mighty wrestling I have wrestled with my sister and have won." She decided to call his name Naphtali. When Leah saw that she had stopped bearing children, she took Zilpah, her female servant, and gave her to Yaakov to be another wife for him. Then Zilpah, Leah's female servant, birthed Yaakov a son. Leah said, "Favor has come." She called his name Gad. Zilpah, Leah's female servant, birthed Yaakov a second son. Leah said, "I am happy, for the woman will call me happy." She called his name Asher. I just have to change the page. Now Reuben went out in the days of the wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field, and he brought them to his mother Leah. Then Rahel said to Leah, "Please give me some of your son's mandrakes." But Leah said to her, "Is it a small matter what you have taken away from my husband? Would you also take away my..." I'll repeat that because I got it wrong. But Leah said to her, "Is it a small matter that you have taken away my husband? Would you also take away my son's mandrakes now?" Rahel said, "Yaakov will sleep with you tonight for your son's mandrakes." Then Yaakov returned from the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him and said, "You must come sleep with me, for I have hired you with my son's mandrakes." So he slept with her that night. Elua listened to Leah. She conceived and birthed Yaakov a fifth son. Leah said, "Elua has repaid me, because I gave my female servant to my husband." She decided to call his name Yeshashaka. Leah conceived again and birthed a sixth son to Yaakov. Leah said, "Elua has presented me with a good gift. Now my husband will stay with me, because I birthed him 6 sons. She called his name Zebulun. Afterwards she birthed a daughter and called her name Dinah. Then Elua remembered Rahel's plight, and Elua listened to her and opened her womb. She conceived and birthed a son. She said, Alua has taken away my disfavor. She called his name Yusuf, saying, Yahweh added another son to me. It came to be when Rahel had birthed Yusuf that Yaakov said to Laban, send me on my way so that I may go back to my own place, to my country. Give me my wives and my children for whom I have served you. Please let me go, because you know the service which I have done for you. Laban said to him, if I have found favour in your eyes, please stay. I have diligently watched Yahweh favour me because of you. Laban said, name your wages to me and I will give it. Yaakov said to him, you know how I have served you and how your flocks have fared under my care. You had just a little before I came to you, and it has increased into a multitude. Yahweh has favoured you since my coming. When will I also provide for my own house? Laban said, what will I give you? Yaakov said, you will give me nothing, but if you do this thing for me, I will go back to work for you and feed your flocks again and keep them. Let me pass through all of your flocks today, removing all the speckled and spotted ones and all the black ones among the sheep, and also the spotted and speckled ones amongst the goats. This will be my wages. My honesty will answer for me in time to come, when you come concerning my wages owed to me. Then you will know that everyone that is not speckled and not spotted among the goats and not black among the sheep, if they are found with me, they will be considered stolen. Laban said, all right, let it be according to your word. On that day Laban set aside the male goats that were speckled and spotted, all the female goats that were speckled and spotted, every one that had some white on them, and all the black ones among the sheep, and gave them to Yaakov's sons to watch after. He had Yaakov's sons take them 3 days' distance between himself and Yaakov stayed and fed the rest of Laban's flocks. Yaakov took branches from fresh poplar trees and branches from the almond and chestnut trees, then peeled white streaks in them, exposed the inner white part of the branches. He set the branches which he had peeled in the gutters by the flocks, by the watering troughs where the flocks came to drink, and they conceived when they came to drink. The flocks mated and conceived near where the branches were, and the offspring of the flocks were speckled and spotted. Yaakov separated the lambs and made the flocks face towards the streaked and all black and the flock of Laban, but he separated his own flock and did not put them with Laban's flock. It came to be, whenever the stronger ones of the flock conceived, that Yaakov placed the branches before the eyes of the flock, in the gutters so that they would conceive, close to where the branches were. But when the flock was weak, he did not put the branches there. So the weak ones were Laban's, and the stronger ones were his. Yaakov increased greatly and had large flocks and female servants and male servants and camels and donkeys.